The silver screen has long been a playground for Hollywood's hottest hookups, but when Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas called it quits after a sizzling 8-month romance, it felt like the plot twist no one scripted. Their relationship, which ignited in the unlikeliest of ways, testing on-screen sparks for an upcoming film, fizzled not with a bang but a mutual sigh of "we tried." Insiders whisper that despite the undeniable chemistry that had tabloids in a frenzy, the pair simply couldn't crack the code of coupledom. It wasn't drama, no explosive fights or leaked texts, just two high-octane stars realizing that what sizzles in real life doesn't always translate to real life. As they pivot back to professional pals, preserving their friendship and the future of their joint project, fans are left dissecting the what-ifs of this A-list almost love story. Rewind to February when whispers first swirled. Cruise, 63 and ever the daredevil, and de Armas, 37 and radiating fresh-faced fire, were spotted locking lips in a London cafe. It was electric, him the eternal action hero from Top Gun to Mission Impossible, her the breakout siren from Knives Out and Blonde. Their connection stemmed from Deeper, a supernatural thriller where they play entangled souls battling otherworldly forces. What started as professional proximity, late-night script reads, stunt rehearsals, morphed into stolen weekends and hand-holding hikes. De Armas later admitted Cruise was impossible to resist, his magnetic energy pulling her in like a tractor beam. Yet that same intensity proved the Achilles heel. Sources say his all-in lifestyle, skydiving at dawn, Scientology seminars by dusk, left little room for the grounded rhythm de Armas craved. She, post her Ben Affleck fling, sought stability amid rising stardom, not the whirlwind Cruise thrives in. The breakup, amicable to its core, unfolded quietly in early fall. No bad blood, just a recognition that their paths, though parallel in Hollywood's glow, diverged in the details. They gave it a real shot, a close friend shared, but like any good movie it had to end. They last surfaced publicly in late July, entwined hands tracing Vermont's green trails, a picturesque finale to their chapter. Now with Deeper looming on release calendars, they're channeling that residual heat into promo tours, all smiles and zero awkwardness. Cruise's track record backs this. Post-Nicole Kidman, post-Penelope Cruz, he rarely rewinds romances, viewing them as closed books. De Armas too moves forward, rumors swirl of her eyeing European indies, reclaiming her Cuban roots through roles that demand depth over dazzle. Scientology, often the elephant in Cruz's romantic room, played no part here. Insiders insist the faith's demands never surfaced. Their fling was too fleeting, too surface level for deeper entanglements. Instead, it was the basics, schedules clashing like bad edits, time zones turning texts into echoes, that wore them down. Cruise's globe-trotting for stunts clashed with de Armas Madrid to LA shuttles, leaving date nights as hurried as a red-eye flight. Yet, admiration lingers. She calls him a gentleman adventurer, he praises her fearless spirit. Their deeper dynamic? Expect fireworks, chemistry undimmed by off-screen shifts, promising a thriller that blurs hauntings with heart. This split slots into Cruise's storied love life, a tapestry of intense but impermanent bonds. From his 80s marriage to Mimi Rogers, who introduced him to Scientology, to the decade-long union with Kidman, birthing adopted kids Isabella and Connor, his relationships mirror his films. High stakes, visually stunning, ultimately solo arcs. The Katie Holmes era ended in 2012 amid custody battles, cementing his lone wolf rep. De Armas fits the pattern, younger, talented, swept up in his orbit, yet she exits unscathed, wiser, her career accelerating with projects like Ballerina in the John Wick universe. For her, Cruise was a thrill, not a trap. She learned to navigate intensity without losing her footing. De Armas' side adds nuance. Rising from Cuban theater to Hollywood ingenue, she's dodged typecasting with grit. Marilyn Monroe in Blonde earned raves for its vulnerability. Dating Cruise thrust her into megastar scrutiny, but she handled it with poise, posting cryptic couple pics that fueled #TomAnna mania. Post-split, she's focusing inward. Pilates in the hills, script stacks by the pool, perhaps eyeing a return to Spanish cinema for soul recharge. Their Vermont jaunt? A swan song of sorts, leaf-peeping, farm-fresh dinners, whispers of futures that fizzled. No tears, just toast to what was. Hollywood's littered with such tales. Co-stars to lovers to colleagues, from Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow to Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Cruise and de Armas' brevity spared the mess, letting Deeper shine. Directed by genre was Baltasar Kormaker, the film dives into psychic links and shadowy pursuits, mirroring their real-life blur of work and woo. Expect trailers teasing their tension, box office gold from the nostalgia of Cruz's heroism laced with the Armas enigma. In reflection, their romance was a comet. Bright, brief, beautiful. Cruz soldiers on, prepping mission, impossible 8 with death-defying feats. De Armas blooms, her star unchecked. No villains, just humans hashing the unhashable. As deeper nears, it'll immortalize their spark, a reminder that some stories end to let better ones begin.